Actually, I personally would never ask you to trust in yourself, because yourself mainly is a limited version of your real self with a capital S. Now that you are married to this body, you can't just skip it and disappear. Pain is such a strong motivator because it plants you in the here and now. It asks you for your attention with brute force. Thanks for tuning in. In this episode, I would like to talk to you about your relation to the universe that surrounds you when you are born. It's a little bit like getting married. Once you chose to come here in a human form, there is an expectation that this is going to work out now that you are married to this body. You can't just skip it and disappear. There is an agreement, and although it is not quite sure what it might include, one thing is definitely sure: it's all inclusive. Anything that might happen is automatically part of the deal. You wish for a happy ending, so you trust the situation to unfold in a positive way. That is the ideal attitude. If you are getting married or starting life without this kind of trust, things can get a little bit shaky. You might be inclined to generate some form of resistance. You might want to reject what is offered. Mostly, it is very important for you to be clear about your positive intentions to anything that happens in your life. Imagine you agreed to be married and proclaim, well, let's just try. I'm not really sure if this is a good thing, but right now I just say yes, but I have my doubts, and I will digress anytime. I'm not happy all the time. Not a good start. And officially, you already have the answer regarding your doubts. The doubt is in a form confirming that you do not really believe in what you are doing. That should lead you to the understanding that you really need to have faith in what you are doing. Believing in yourself in a positive way, trusting that you are able to overcome obstacles, is essential. When you are listening to these recommendations, you might come up with a couple of extra doubts. And those doubts are based on the perception of yourself. Maybe you see yourself as not living up to the expectation. And maybe you already experienced yourself sometimes as not being able to deal with everything. You had situations where you failed. You made mistakes. You made the wrong choices. So how in the world could anyone ask you to trust in yourself? Actually, I personally would never ask you to trust in yourself, because yourself mainly is a limited version of your real self with a capital S. Your little self, guided by your ego and your mind, does not really know a lot. The trust and faith you should develop is being guided by divine grace. But how, you might say? How can God or Source, the angels, the gurus, the ascended masters, or whoever guide us? That sounds a little bit like Santa Claus. who visits every person on earth at the same time to bring them the gifts they deserve. And yes, actually, it is the same, but not only once a year. Divine guidance is happening every microsecond of your existence. You only have to bring your awareness to the present moment, and there will be guidance served to you in your immediate surrounding. Sometimes it could come as a little idea into your mind. You might feel inspired. This idea is divine if accompanied by positive feelings. It is the real deal if it is with some excitement being part of that feeling. The excitement confirms that this idea might be a divine intervention. And this divine intervention can lead you onto the right path. It can take any form or shape. Maybe it is a street sign that draws your attention. Maybe a song you are hearing in the radio. The remark made by a stranger. It could be even a conversation that you overheard, with a special sentence or hint in it that refers to something that you are tackling with right now. Or it could be a YouTube video that caught your interest. All these messages are not coming in a form of an instruction manual with straightforward recommendations. First one, then two, then three. It is mostly much more subtle. Your awareness allows you to receive those kind of messages from the divine. In the case you are totally distracted by your ego or other forms of ignorant behaviors, it will be very hard for you to see, hear, or sense the signs. All of your senses are useful when it comes to communicating with spirit. You already might have experienced it yourself. Just a simple example. When you taste something that doesn't taste right, if you are paying attention to this message, then you might be inclined not to ingest this type of food. But let's come back to the topic. It is for you to understand that trust and faith is essential to keep you on the right path. Everything has to be experienced by you to make your life successful. Everything is already laid out. It is for you to follow these subtle instructions to be able to experience what is needed. Earth is like a school where you get your homework delivered right to your front door. You cannot skip the assigned homework because otherwise you will not be allowed to pass to the next level. There's a couple of things those you have to learn. You are born into a human form to fulfill these tasks. The main reason you are in a human form is the need and the desire for spiritual growth. There is no way around. Whatever you have to learn, sometimes it also might be a little bit hurtful. Already coming into this world might have caused some pain in yourself and your mother. The pain gets stronger if you resist what is coming towards you. By accepting what is, you already alleviate the not so comfortable part of the learning. This type of learning has to come with the events. If you have faith and trust, you know that God will take care, that you are able to overcome whatever obstacles might arise. You are already given everything that is needed. The problems arising in front of you are made especially for you. You have to understand that any kind of problem or obstacle in your life is there for you to bring positive change. It is tailor-made. It fits like a glove. When you are positive and accepting, you're empowered. You have the force to face anything that's coming your way. Pain, especially, is coming to you when you ignore all the previous signs. Signs, those instructed you what to do. Pain is such a strong motivator because it plants you in the here and now. It asks you for your attention with brute force. You cannot follow your thoughts when pain is attacking your body. All you might want to think of is how to get rid of the pain. That is God's wrath, the last resort to bring you back on track. If you understand all of the before, you might be interested in how to achieve this kind of awareness, where spiritual growth can happen. Mainly, it is your ability to be present where you are, right here and now. The subtle information that is presented to you to change direction in your life or to influence your decisions on what to do next is all happening in your immediate surrounding. You can achieve to be more present through practicing meditation. Practice awareness of your body, your feelings, and observe your thoughts. Do not just follow them or feed them with machines through doom scrolling on your mobile phone. That does not mean that information might come through this device. It could happen that something pops out on your mobile screen. God's ways of informing you are mysterious, especially coincidences, serendipity, all forms of repeating patterns in your life. Any form of repetitive advice can be the message you have been waiting for to lead you. Are you ready to receive some help in this puzzle called life? Now it's time for you to experiment with this new information. Be expecting to receive messages and be aware of what surrounds you. Look out for those signs. Those can help you on your way. Maybe listen to your fellow humans. Recognize why they came into your life and what they might be able to teach you. Listen carefully what they have to say. Any kind of exchange with other beings is mainly for the purpose of your spiritual growth. Sometimes you are teaching them. Sometimes they teach you. Be aware. There are no coincidences. Everything that happens in your life is for a reason. This is something that has to be very clear for you. If you are ignorant to what is happening in your life, you are neglecting what is offered to help you. And help we need. We are not living in a void. We are not existing in emptiness without purpose or reason. Do not fall into that trap that everything is meaningless. Ignoring your divine nature is disrespecting the creation of all that exists. You are a child of love. You are protected. You are guided by divine grace. Source is looking out for you every millisecond of your existence. You are never alone. Rest in that knowledge. Trust, be positive, and have faith. Your true nature is love, happiness, and bliss. Come on, get back on the horse and ride into the sunset. It is about time to do so. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.